It is pretty solid. I don't know if this is how you test that. For a week, I've like not done much on you know, finishing this creation, and then realized that I don't have black spray paint. Well, that's still wet. Oh, it sticks to the table. But stop it. Come on. That is awful. Puke green. Puke green. I tend to steer... I keep using the word puke green because it's the favoriteest time of the day with the sun coming in. I feel there's like never any method to this. It's just too chaotic. That is horrific. Like, look at how hard it is. Opposite to what is happening. Oh, shit. Here. This is our bathroom. Is there piping behind there? We're about to find out if there's piping behind here. Really, oh, crap. I'm super gluing myself to the bottle. Guys, bye. I'm coming back. Hi, guys, and welcome to part 2 of this creation. I've let this dry now for about a week. It is pretty solid. I don't know if this is how you test that, but it's pretty solid. I keep going back and forth on what I want for this project. I've also brainstormed a few different ideas for how to hang it. I haven't come up with a solid one as well. So pretty much for a week, I've like not done much on you know, finishing this creation. But that's what this video is for. We're going to do it together. But I did attempt to go and paint it, which I wanted to use spray paint for, and I went downstairs and set all of this up and then realized that I don't have black spray paint. So we're going to do the black paint that I showed you in the last video. We'll do a couple layers of that on it and then figure out what's the next step for the skin. But also, I was going to do the nails. So I have these nails. I'm always tangled in my microphone. But I have these nails here, all different sizes. They're just clear nails. I've had these forever. I don't use these. I've used them in the past for myself. I just am not a fake nail person. But I go through these phases where I think I'm a fake nail person, so I buy a bunch of fake nail items to test how to put these on me, and then I immediately regret it and never wear them. So that is my history with fake nails. So we're going to, while the hand is drying in the layers that I need to do for it, we're going to design nails for the fingers. So I will go through some of the design ideas I have for that. That could change midway. I really am just unsure how this is going to turn out. So stick with me and we will finish this, everything from the painting to the nails to hanging it. I just have black paint that I'm going to throw on for the first layer. It's just acrylic. My plan was for the paper mache to be the texture. Otherwise, I was going to have the hand be very dark. I'm thinking this will be a black base with some type of red on it. And I'm debating. My oldest and I were talking about this project. Look how much better that looks already. I love the paper, like I love the collage, but that just was not what I was going for. I just needed that texture. But my oldest and I were talking about giving it scales I haven't ruled that out. I'm going to see how the paint dries, what type of, you know, depth I can create with that before I add on any other elements. Also, I thought this was going to be awful to paint, which is why I was going to spray paint it, but this is really coating on here nicely. Look at the, oh my goodness, that's exactly what I wanted. Like all the crinkly paper texture. All right, so I am going to finish. I don't even think this will need a second coat. If I can lay this on pretty heavy. But I'm going to paint this hand fully. Oh, I'm out of frame. Paint this hand fully. And while it's drying, we're going to work on the nails. So I'll see you guys back in a few. Okay, here, oh, well, that's still wet. Oh, it stuck to the table. Here's the hand. We're gonna have to touch up a few little spots where obviously that was just stuck and where I touched it. But this is drying. This is only one coat. I don't think that I'll have to go in with another one other than the touch-ups. I don't know if I'll do a full second coat. But I did just try. So here's my, this is kind of embarrassing, but here's my nail, like my nail inspo, right? So I saw this and then I was just going to practice a nail and come back and show you guys so we could do one together, but stop it. Come on. That is awful. And that is not going to work. All I did was ruin my applicator because I didn't even get a separate brush out. I used this to coat over it and now half of it is stained. So that just is what it is. This color I don't use very often. I feel like it chips off too quickly. And then I was using like this matte black color. So this was what this is what I had in mind. And I also really loved these, like the red, which I could still do these. I have a really pretty, let me show you these. This is where I keep all of my nail polishes. So I tried to organize them into like darker shades. I'm going to slide this guy up. I've tried to organize them into like a darker shade box and then my lighter shade box. This is an incredibly ridiculous amount of nail polishes. I don't use over half these. In fact, I probably only use this one and this one as of lately. And also, this is my favorite color of all time. It's called Go Garnet. I wear this color pretty much consistently. I don't know how this turned into what color nail polishes I wear, but now that I have them out, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. Oh, also, I use this color all the time, this like puke green, and obviously black. I use a ton of black nail polishes. I have black in like every style, matte, shiny, here's another black. Anyway, my point is I do have these like red tones. This one's gorgeous. I've worn this in the past, but I think it's too red for me, like for my skin tone. I don't know. I have colors to play around with. This is probably close to my actual favorite color is this Go Garnet, like these first couple nails here. But I also loved like this set of nails. But we're not off to like a strong start here. So that was one nail I practiced on. So I don't know. I'm gonna mess around with these nails and see what I can come up with. I have all different kinds saved. Like, oh my gosh, those are gorgeous. Those are gorgeous, which I could use this. And oh, I actually really like these. It's like a green. They would almost look like they're decaying. Okay, so I may have just found the nail design instead. I'm gonna try this out first, and I'll come back if it turns out good and show you what it looks like. See, I have all these like dark. I love these. If I wore fake nails, these are the styles I would go for. I mean, look at these. I just have so many things saved under my Pinterest. There's a lot more. Maybe these aren't all my nails. Oh, like look at these nails. How cool are those? Like I said, I don't know. I don't know why. Look at these. Those aren't even real life. Here's all shades of brown. I don't know why this turned into a nail thing, but this is what Pinterest does to you guys. You get on it and you get sucked in. Look at these. Absolutely gorgeous. Check these out. I have these saved also, but they popped up as like I guess a recommended. But anyway, I'm going to actually practice the nails that I just showed you, and where were they? One more like reference from my own brain. Oh, here they are. We're going to try these actually. So maybe it's a good thing that I did whatever the heck this was, and we'll try something different. So I'll come back and show you what I came up with. All right, I'm not quite through the nail yet, but I wanted to show you. So I saw this thing once before on just like a YouTube short, and you can buy these little things that look like, I don't know, this is an awful start to the description, but they kind of are short like this. And anybody who does nails is going to know what I'm talking about. But they come in little sets of 10. And you take these and you put some type of putty. It comes with like a putty. And then you stick it to the little piece that they give you. It's like a little miniature podium for nails or something, right? Then you take your nail. I'm just using these bigger cut ones. So these come in sizes. And they go all the way down to like, these all have more technical terms, right? But so see, this one would like fit right around my pinky. So it's just smaller, basically. See, look how crazy fake nails are. That doesn't work for me. They're beautiful, but take a bigger nail and then you smash it on your putty, right? And it keeps it so you can paint it. Now, this is not a set that I ordered like maybe the professional nail techs have, but I did take this Q-tip, put some putty on it, and I'm gonna paint my nail. So here's the first one. I just did like a couple coats of this. It's a beautiful color. I feel like someone would think it's disgusting, but it's like this puke green. I tend to steer... I keep using the word puke green because I tend to steer towards like a very green, you know, like a gross green. And I think it's beautiful because it's got this glitter, so you can mix it and have like regular nails like this and then one glitter nail. Anyway, my point is I'm going to put a few layers of this down as the base. And if you're going to do fake nails for like a project and you don't have the little real professional piece that you put it on, this works too. So it's just like a little makeshift idea for your project. That little guy's stuck on there, right? So now you can just set him down and do your other coats of nail polish. But I started, once I was looking back at that nail design, I did start, I hope this is showing up on camera as beautiful as it really is. It's might not be, but look at that color. I don't even know if it's focusing. Okay, but anyway, that's the color. I'll have to look back at that. It's really hard for me to see what I'm actually like picking up on camera. But this is now a couple coats of this color, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, I don't even know if I would have to add anything to that. It's such a pretty, like, creepy, gross color. Okay, so I'm gonna let these dry, and I may make an extra few and play around. I'm going to coat all of these in a couple coats of this. What color is this called? What do they call this color? Oh, Enthrall. Okay. Right? Enthrall? And, okay, anyway, I'm going to coat these nails. Then I'm going to paint a few to play around on, whether I want to do the black shadow or like a lighter green and so on. And I'll come back if they turn out good. Otherwise, this is what we're going for on the little creature. If you guys can see this and it's showing up, do you guys see the texture on that nail? And I kind of mopped out the middle so it looks like it's decaying a bit. In real life, it's showing up so well, but I feel like the camera is not catching it. So I'm going to leave this nail. I'm going to clear coat that. Well, actually, I don't need to clear coat it separate because I'm going to spray this whole thing. But this is the first nail. I'm going to try to show you what I just did. I don't even know what I just did, but we're gonna try to recreate it. So basically, this is a couple coats of the first color we used. Then I took some of this green and I had just kind of slapped it on. Then I took some of the black and I kind of slapped it on. I used this, I have this pack of makeup sponges from just like past Halloween makeup looks and things I've done. But I have found more use for them with arts and crafts than anything. So I basically just took these two colors and on the dry, obviously, and I started, I really don't know if this is showing up. I might just be like showing you guys nothing, but I basically sponged this, okay, and it started to remove, you know, color that was already laid and give texture to the new color. So once it was kind of like stickier texture like that, I went in to kind of lighten it. This is no method. I was just playing around. This is why I wanted to do it off camera so I could kind of see if anything even happened. And then I just went in with some like of a cream color and see how it lifts away the black. It left this like, I don't know, see-through-ish type, what looks like to me as decay. Okay, so there's the like decay of the nail. But I went in also, I just picked out a separate little, like one of these fine brushes that I have and took the black. Again, I also have no setup here for my station, so crap is just rolling around and it's not very organized. I also put it in this cup, which was rolling, I don't know. But anyway, then I took the edges here to kind of sharpen them up. I just took this along the edges because we took and smeared a lot of that boldness away. Okay, if that's showing up. And then I took around the edge where that decay is and the green, and I just kind of shadowed out a section. And there's like our decayed, you know, you can go in and mess with this as much as you want. You could build up the color. Like if I added more green in there, which actually looks pretty cool, I could just take this brush and like build it up into the texture somehow. It's just working. Usually when I do nail polish, you're trying to always get like a smooth, you know, beautiful finish. But in this case, we're working with like spooky, we don't want it to be perfect. We want it to look, you know, withered away. So there's our little decayed, gross green. I could probably add a little more highlight in there. Yeah, that's nice. So I'm going to go in, and so like this one has a lot more of a highlight than the first one. And I'm going to go back through, thank goodness I only have to make 5 of these nails, because I'm putting like, I feel like way too much thought into it, but it'll be worth it. So I'm going to go create, here's the other nails. I'm just going to go back in and do the same method to create that effect on the other 3. So I'll see you guys back when that's done. One more thing with the nails I just added was this, where am I? Okay, was this like red layer, almost like blood, pretty much. So I added that to the tips because what I figure is once this dries and like builds up, if you can see it right there, I just added this really vibrant like red to the ends there. I'm going to let that, this is on the first 3. I'm going to let that dry built up like that because I figure once I lay them on this hand, I will like splatter red at the fingertips and then lay the nails, and so it'll just look cohesive basically. So let me finish these and I'll come back. It's the favoriteest time of the day with the sun coming in. So I came back to this project and I'm gonna dip these fingers. Here's the nails, which are completely dry. Maybe you can see them. Look how much better you can see them. See how lighting is just where it's at? Okay. Here's all the nails, which I'm gonna continue to let those dry and set those aside. But in the meantime, I want to get all of these steps done so that I can spray and seal this thing. And let it have time to dry so that I can also hang it. So I'm gonna put this red paint in here. Enough, I guess. And then dip the fingers. I also still have some like wash water, and if this looks too, am I in the frame? Yes. If this looks too clean with like the good red, I'm just gonna bleed water over it. So let's just go for it. I'm gonna dip each finger in. Yeah, see, that looks so weird. Oops, hold on. I think that's not the vibe I'm going for, but now it's just gonna look like not cute. Okay, let's just dip these guys in here. See how there's like never any method to this? It's just too chaotic. Okay, here we go. We're gonna take this brush and we're gonna fan this down. Okay. I'm gonna also get the sponge that I don't have near me out. And we're gonna just put that guy there. Let me get a sponge, which I'm connected. Hold on. All right, we'll get another sponge so this doesn't look so harsh. And we'll just sponge it out. And then, whoops. We're gonna let this layer dry. I may add some more like texture to it, or some dark. I'll probably do like a dark wash over it also to bring back some of that like just sorry, I'm concentrating. Just to bring back some of that like darkness to it. But I also never realize that I'm not using gloves until I'm covered in everything that I've already started. So I have 190,000 pair of gloves. Oh, I still have black in here. Okay, hold on. So we'll take this really dry, disgusting brush. We'll just kind of go back over where I maybe made it a little bit too red. We'll kind of wash that out just a little. All right, so the next step here is I'm going to keep just kind of washing out the red, possibly adding some in elsewhere. Let that dry. See how that just darkens it up a little? It's not so bright. I always dark wash everything. I think everything should have a dark wash. But I'm going to let it dry. Then I'm going to glue the nails on. And the nails are going to be, this is one of those episodes I was talking about where I thought I was going to just do my nails and I bought everything for them. So I had bought this in the past, never have used it. Don't even know if it's going to adhere to the, you know, paper mache, the paint. I really don't know. It's kind of trial and error. But I am going to use this to get the nails on the fingers. And then, yeah, I don't know why that, well, we're going to try this. And let everything dry. Clear coat it. Next time I should see you will be a clear coat, though I may do a check-in. We don't know. I don't know, but I'll see you guys soon. Hi guys, I am set up in my bedroom where we're gonna hang this. I have to show you the final results to this, and then I also found a solution to hang it, which is interesting, so I'll show you that. Okay, I finished this last night. I'm gonna show this view of it first, and then I think I might even do an overhead view just to do it justice. So what I did, okay, I put the nails on there. We can see that. Also, I'm in here, not only because I'm going to hang it, but the lighting is now on this side of my house in the mornings. So this is just going to do it way more justice. But anyway, I did the nails, okay? So now we can kind of see the nails a little better. They're just like washed away. Gross. Oh my goodness. I gotta tell you this. Okay, so I finished this last night. I was gonna say, I ended up letting the red dry. and it was this like washed out red. But then I started looking at the nails. After I glued the nails, I was like, okay, the blood, or like the fake blood, is on the outside of the nail, right? You can see it on the tip. But then I thought when it's hanging, you're gonna see the underneath of the nail, which would also have fake blood in it. So I went and dripped this. By the way, I didn't like this for my nails, but this has made me reconsider nail polish, because the sheen this has on it and like the depth of color from dropping this on here created just like an insane depth. It looks so real. What I was gonna say, I'm trying to like collect my thoughts because they're just all over the place. But what I was gonna say is I showed this to my husband last night. And I was like, look, I finished it. And he was like, no. That is horrific. So it does look, I just hope the camera's doing it justice, because it looks so eerie in person. It's just like wet looking and real. And I just filled in also if it's showing up. So like any little gouges or spaces that I had missed while painting it, or maybe they had chipped away, I went ahead and filled those in with that nail polish. And so there's like one right there. I did just notice one that I could probably drop some on, but if I keep doing that, I'm going to just look at this forever. There's some on the inside right here where like part of it peeled away, so it almost looks like skin. It's seriously gross. And I was amazed because I cannot believe that I created this from not only things I already had, but 90% of this is trash. So I'm going to show you. I don't know if I need to do an overhead view. I think that is pretty, it's showing up very, very well on camera. It's seriously so cool. It's so much better than I thought it was going to turn out. So I'm just really happy with it. But I ordered and sent these to the house like basically overnight just from Amazon. These are a little pack of magnets for things that aren't magnetic. You just screw them into the wall, and I'm going to glue one onto the end of the hand. This is trial and error. In my brain it clicks, everything works perfect, and there's like less damage to the hand and less damage to the wall. But the problem that I came across, they showed up super early this morning, is that these are extremely strong magnets. Okay, that peeled away really great. But this morning, oh, see, that just like sucked in all the screws that were left in the thing. That's what that sound was. When you combine the two magnets together, it's made to hold 150 pounds. So it is, like, look at how hard. It is so hard to get these. Let's try some together. Because I gave this to my husband this morning when I stuck them together. Okay, that's the opposite, so they go this way. No, that's opposite too. What is happening? Is that how they connect? No, no, no. Okay, so there they go. Why wasn't that going the first time? But look at this. This is what I'm going to show you. Once these are connected, this is just no joke. Once these are connected, this is actually like amazing. They're connected. I cannot slide these. I cannot do anything with these. It's crazy. I've never seen a magnet so strong. Anyway, okay, here it goes. Okay, this is the plan. And hopefully it works. So I'm going to set you up in a view that this was one more thing, and then I'll stop talking. But one other thing was I highly have debated putting this in my office, because I feel like I just set this down and all the magnets are spinning. I don't know why that is so amazing. That's amazing. Those were like $9 on Amazon for a full pack, so I can continue to use the rest of those, you know, for other projects. But I highly went back and forth last night with myself about hanging this in my office. I feel like it belongs in my office, like artistically, but it's supposed to be for a purpose. So I'm still going to hang it where I imagined, or at least somewhere in this bedroom, because I also feel like I have some of them on today. I don't have all of them that I would normally wear, but for some reason, I think that if I stick this in my office with all of my necklaces, then when I'm getting ready, I'm gonna forget them, or like not gravitate towards them as much, because they're not just right there in front of my, you know, like get ready area. So my husband was like, just make a whole nother one, you know, one that's fitting and not so demonized for our bedroom. So that may be something I do in the future, but for right now, I did make this for the purpose of it. So we're gonna hang it, and I will show you the final results in a few. I recently got a new glue gun, so I'm gonna try the glue gun method and see. I'm afraid that I'm gonna regret it. It's gonna peel away from the paper somehow with the magnet being the metal. I don't know. If this doesn't work, I'm going to use super glue. I'm assuming this will work. Plus, I really wanted to open this new glue gun. So we'll see if this does the trick. So it'd be like this. Even the size of this is so perfect. And it was a little like crumply, you know, like outward, so I just pushed that more into the tube and it worked perfect. It made a more flat surface. Oh shit. Yeah, look though, this is exactly what I thought. I don't know, hot glue just sucks sometimes. I figured that with the metal. Watch. So see, it's just a texture thing. Like, it will just peel right off there. So let me actually try super glue and see. Obviously, that's going to work. I didn't mean for that to hit the magnet, but that just showed me that it wasn't going to stay on there anyway. So let me try super glue. This is super glued, and I have a timer set for like another 10 minutes. It's been on for 15, just to make sure it's completely, you know, dry enough. But this is my next dilemma. Is I want to hang it, you know, centered, I guess, is what most people would want, or like would be the most aesthetically pleasing. But I sit here, there's a chair down here that I sit in every day to get ready. So why did that, oh, there's a stud or something's, well, wait, why did this magnetize? I mean, we've screwed into the wall. There's no piping behind here. This is our bathroom. Is there piping behind there? We're about to find out if there's piping behind here, because this magnetized, but that has to be a stud, right? Yeah, there's like a stud right there, okay? I'm just saying things. I have no clue what I'm talking about. But anyway, this is magnetizing right there. That is so weird. Or that's how actually strong this magnet is. I am so impressed by these magnets. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point is I kind of want to put it over here so that it's up higher in this like general area, and then the necklaces hang down. Or is this just like the most obnoxious thing ever? I did make the fingers about 900 feet long. Or do we like put it up here? Oh, you can't see that, but oh, it really oh crap. Look, it wasn't dry. Man, Oh, now I'm covered in super glue. That was not what I was trying to show you. Should I add more super glue? Okay, that just turned. I don't know how things turn. Just so. That wasn't the plan. This whole finger is covered in, or this thumb is covered in super glue. What am I going to do? Wipe it away? It's just going to be like. I'm just going to have to let it dry. Or I don't know. I honestly just don't know what I'm doing right now. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty much drying on my thumb, so that'll be fun for the next week. My point of trying to show you that and myself was, how do I hang this? So I'm going to play around with it. Now my 10-minute timer is irrelevant. I'm super gluing myself to the bottle. Guys, bye. I'm coming back. A whole change of plans. Imagine that. But I think I'm going to actually put it like right here. It's going to be bizarre. Like, there's a TV, there's a clock. Here's where the necklaces originally were. So I'm gonna put the little other side of this up here. And then I'm gonna show you guys the final result, because I'm done talking. So let's finish this project. Ta-da! It worked out so perfectly. There's the magnets. I'm not going to tell you guys what actually happened. You didn't get to see that part because it was pure chaos. It originally started up there and then now we're down here. But long story short, it worked out. Check it out. I am literally so happy with it. I can't even stand how exciting this turned out. Oh my goodness. It is exactly what I wanted, better than what I imagined, to be honest. And I am so glad I attempted this. So if you stuck around, you watched the whole process, I can't thank you enough. And I will see you guys on next week's video. Also, I have a complete second layer of super glue. It's not focusing on my thumb. Horrible. But it was well worth it. See you guys next week.